Hey guys, it's Dag, and I'm back like a nightmare that just never leaves you. I am doing some SWTOR leveling today. I've got my Jedi Sentinel, Choka Ramsey, and she has her faithful sidekick, Kira, with her, and we're going to be leveling from level 32 as high as we can go, and we'll just see how we go in the next couple of hours or so. I was looking into what I want her to be as far as doing her professions, and I haven't quite figured that out yet. That's one thing that I need to like ferret out. Let's see if I can find where the professions were. Oh, what do you know? So it just so happens that I was looking into professions on one of my level 80 characters. I have 3 level 80s. And my Imperial character on that side, she was a healer in our group when I was running with a bunch of folks, and she has exactly the same crew skills as this character. So I must have been thinking along the same lines. Hey, Sith weaving, archaeology, and underwater. underground, that's even better. Underworld trading. I think underground probably fits too. But so for those who are not familiar with the crafting, you're sending your companions off to do crafting in the game. You're not doing the crafting yourself, which means that in this particular case, if I am actually running around in the game, I have a total of 3 characters. One of them, C2N2, the bottom one there on the list, is actually stuck on my ship. So he never joins me as a companion out running in the open world doing questing. He's strictly for on-ship stuff. But he is available to go ahead and do leveling of your crew skills. So you can always do that. T7 and Kira are both available to run around in the real world. And so in this particular case, I want to have a companion with me. I am not going to send her on a mission to do crew skills, because if I do that, she will go poof for however long it takes for her to complete the assignment of the crew skills that I have sent her to do. So I'll just give you a real brief overview of what it looks like to do some crew skills. And I know that my level 9 Sith weaving is very, very low. I don't know whether I have anything that I can actually create. And you see here I've got 5 recipes and then a bonded attachment. Usually bonded attachments are things that are used to make the other types of items that you have here. I do not have enough of these materials. I am missing fibrous nylite solution, and it looks like it is a grade 1 crafting material. I may have to buy that. Or it may be available from doing other skills. So I'm going to skip doing any of my Sith weaving right now, because archaeology and underworld trading can give you the actual mats materials that you need in order to do your Sith weaving. And as you do this, when you send your characters, your companions on these different missions, it will also assist in leveling their skills. And it's better to have a higher level companion than it is a lower level companion. In this particular case, 50 is where the companions are capped out. So the faster I can get companions to 50, the better off it is. Also, the higher level that the crew, your different crew members are, then the more successful they are in crafting the materials that you give them. There's also levels of different recipes. For example, the Rubat synth bonded attachment, which is on my screen right now for synth weaving, is a green. So that means that it will be easier for a lower level, meaning a 1 or a 6, or even in this case a 10, to be able to complete. So I am going to go ahead and skip the this stuff because I don't have materials. We have to find some materials. We have 2 recipes that are available, or 2 missions that are available. They're both grade 1. A business opportunity provides us underworld metals and luxury fabrics. And then that's all that's available there. And in the case of the archaeology, this was underworld trading. So in the case of archaeology, you click on the button, it opens up what recipes or what missions are available. And here you see that there are artifact fragments, power crystals, fibrous nylite solution. So that is what I want for my Sith weaving. And you can see that it also costs you 125 credits in order to run that. So just very quickly, I have 85,000 credits. So I can afford to go ahead and send a character on this particular mission. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think that I want to be successful. So I'm going to still send C2N2. Hopefully he'll be able to accomplish that.
Nothing less than perfection, Master.
You'll notice that there are no other grade 1. Well, there's a couple of other grade 1 items in here, but you don't have a whole lot of stuff that you can actually do. So I'm going to try. I've got one more companion that I can send on mission, and I'm going to try business opportunity. Actually, I'm going to go underworld trading. And the reason I'm doing that right now is because it's only level 17 and I've got my archaeology at 25. Now, if C2N2 is successful in creating the and gathering the materials that he's out looking for right now, and you'll see that he has another minute and a half left in order to do that, then he will be able to, well, first of all, he will be boosted a little bit on his way to a level 2 character. And then also in the case here with the different mats, it'll increase the underworld, or in this case, archaeology. And archaeology I already have at 25 because you can actually gather things in the field in archaeology. Underworld trading, you can't. So I am going to go ahead and send my level 6 out on a grade 1 level, grade 1 underworld trading requirement and see if I can get some luxury fabrics. So I'm going to send him right now. He's gone for another 2 minutes. So anyway, that's a very short course on how the crew skills work in SWTOR. And that is something that I really do need to work on with all of my characters, because right now I don't have a whole lot of high-level recipes that I can actually create. And the whole idea was if you get on one server in one, it's just like, think of it as World of Warcraft. If you have Horde characters, you can't trade with your Alliance characters, right? Okay.
My results were less than ideal, Master.
He got
no excuse for this failure.
Okay, so C2N2 was successful in getting 6 of these. Just ignore what he said because he was successful. And that's cool. So he got that. I want to see what else he can do, because I think... Okay, so it went to 29. First of all, I was at 25, so I got 4 points in archaeology for completing that particular quest. The underworld trading is working on right now. It's got another 1 minute, so I guess I can yak for a minute and then show you how much it will jump from 17. and we'll see how it improves. But now I can turn around and I can send C2N2 on a mission to do something else. I can also check and see if there's any recipes in the Sith weaving that are now available. And we were looking for bonded attachments. I can actually create 4 bonded attachments. And I'm going to go ahead and do that.
I promise nothing less
2,
than perfection,
3,
Master.
4.
I will exceed your expectations,
That's all I can
Master.
buy. That's all I can do right now. Because I ran out of materials. And I have plenty of the lost artifact fragments and the Rubat crystals. Those are all low-level items that I need in order to level my attachments. And I got some more luxury fabric off of the other one. So it went from 17 to 21 by having T7 complete that. And the Sith weaving, I'm having him work on doing these augments, or bonded attachments, I'm sorry. And the bonded attachments are jumping. So it's currently 13. He has another 13 seconds. He'll finish another bonded attachment, and we'll see how much that boosts. Now, do I have enough materials to be able to create anything here? Not yet. I can now build 1 because it takes 2. My Sith weaving jumped from 13 to 16, so I got 3 points on Sith weaving for doing that 1 recipe. When he's finished, I should be able to complete 1 more of these, any of these 4 items. And that will help me boost up to whatever it is. So now it's to 19. So he got 3 points again. And he's got 1 more to do. What I can do is I can send one of my other companions to go do one of these recipes. So let's look at these recipes. I currently have a level 46 that I'm using. In fact, it's the same item that I have.
Perfection delivered on schedule.
It's the same thing. Oh, it's the same thing that I have, that I'm wearing. Let's see about the bracers. And the bracers that I have are 62, so I can't make 62 bracers yet. The sash is still better than what I have, or no, it's not better than what I have. I have better stuff on. And then the bracers are also 46. So just 1 item out of there that's actually useful. And I will, I'm going to go ahead and just not talk anymore about crafting, but if this is something that you're interested in, let me know in chat, and I'll be happy to talk about crafting a little bit more. And what I would probably want to do is okay, what do you do with these items if they're no good, but you need to level your character, level your skill sets for your different characters that you have out here? The bottom line is you can actually disassemble these items, get more materials, and use them in order to craft other stuff. But it's not a 1-for-1. So, for example, if I were to create a bracer, which is the top adaptive item that I have here, I can disassemble it, but for when I disassemble it, I may or may not get an attachment, or I may or may not get any shadow silk back. I might get something completely different. And so that's just something to be aware of. But you can disassemble items and then use that crafting material to build other items. Anyway, that's enough on the crafting. Hi, if you're new to the stream, say hi. And let's go do this. We have to go in here, and I got to go upstairs, so I think that there's some... Oh, do I take the... I think I take the elevator. Do I wait for the elevator to come down? I don't remember. Is it coming down? Is it going to squash me? It's not... Okay. Let's go upstairs this way. There's Doc.
Have you accessed the Imperial network?
Already downloaded everything.
We were leaving when the Imperial medical transport landed for refueling. Avers and his men opened fire.
Balmoran scum! Murderers! My men are dying. We'll never reach the med center now.
You just made my season, Imp. Bet you've got some choice gear on that transport.
Greedy vermin! These soldiers were defending Balmora!
The only thing Balmora needs defending from is you.
Still, they're dying. We can't just stand by and watch.
Oh, I pissed off Kira again.
Do you read?
Typical.
Colicoid nests stirred up by fighting. Waves of them headed for Sobrik's outskirts. Leave now or you'll be surrounded.
Colicoids? They'll rip us apart! Every man for himself! Move!
We can't flee! Those beasts will kill us!
I don't abandon wounded men, even Imperials. Then again, being eaten wasn't on my agenda for today.
Yeah, probably not. Chomp chomp.
Huh? I can save these soldiers if someone keeps the colicoids off me.
Alright.
You work your medical magic. I'll take on the colicoids. May the Force be with us.
I'm tired
If
of
we
Kira.
die, at least it'll be
hating me.
heroic. But we're not gonna die, right?
You hear that? They're here!
Let's kill some bugs. There they are.
Good as new.
Bugs down. Oh, more bugs. Hey! Is that the Imperial that went
Planet is officially off my relaxing vacation list.
Alright, Doc, have you got that guy patched up
I've
yet?
done some crazy things, but this beats them all.
That was heroic. These men owe you their lives. So do I.
I want every Imperial on Balmora to know how a Jedi and a Resistance doctor saved your lives.
I'd never falsify a report, no matter how distasteful.
Leaving here would be a lot easier if there was another transport. Actually, I did see a speeder bike outside. Only seats one.
I'll find my way out, Doc. The speeder bike is yours.
Just don't want to be a burden on you. Better this way. Your friend Warren's at these coordinates. I'll meet you there. Good luck.
And there goes Doc. Self-serving as usual. So now I have to rendezvous with Warren Seduro. Wherever he might be. Well, wherever he is, he's in the middle of all this mess here. So I gotta, like, work my way around. Upstairs? Nope. Through these guys. Alright, let's do this. Get a little meditation in. Hit some Zen. And jump on in. Where did Sith Apprentice come from? I don't even remember him. Alright. Oh, and we got the Druid coming.
Good as new.
Druid. I've been playing too much World of Warcraft. Droid! Let's see, there was something that dropped that was a green. Was it something that's useful or no? No, because I don't use blaster pistols. Oh well. So sad, too bad. Let's jump on my speeding horse. I got everybody shooting. Oh, man. Oops. Kira, don't leave me. But that was a mess. Kira came through and healed me. Thank you, young lady. That was cool. Let's see. Can I... Oh, I don't have scavenging. That's right. I can't do that. Now let's try riding. Some of these mounts are pretty hilarious. What sound does that make? It sounds like a needle. This is where I'm supposed to be, I guess. I think. But it looks like I'm supposed to be up in the building to my right. Can I get up there? Oh, maybe I can go that way. Person just hanging out there. Warren
I hear you two had quite an adventure in Sobrik. I'm impressed by your commitment to saving lives.
We make a pretty great team. We should do this more often.
I'm sure we will flirt. No, I'm not going to flirt with him.
Our mission isn't over. What's the next step?
This is Nicholan Cord, one of the top resistance leaders. He analyzed the data we obtained from Sobrik, found us a lead.
One of our spies was captured weeks ago, attempting to steal what might be the Empire's cloaking device project. The data revealed where she's being held.
Sounds like someone we should talk to. How do we free her?
We believe she's inside an Imperial Tactical Operations base. Heavily fortified, protected by a regiment of troops.
Well, that's where I come in.
Colonel Finley commands the Republic's 5th Expeditionary Force. He's agreed to assist our operation.
Trouble is, if that Tech Op space crew sees my troops marching in, they'll close the blast shields. Those shut, there's no getting them open.
My weapon can cut through anything, even a blast shield.
No time. If the enemy summons reinforcements while we're stuck outside, we'd be trapped.
One of you Jedi could slip inside, disable the blast shields before they close. Then the base would be ours.
We'd have to distract that Imperial regiment, create an opening.
My troops provide quite a distraction.
The Resistance must be part of this. Our spy won't talk if I'm not there.
I'll escort the Resistance. That leaves you to penetrate the base and deactivate those blast shields ahead of our arrival.
Get your forces ready, Colonel. We leave immediately.
I can guarantee an enthusiastic response. I'll prepare my forces to move out.
That Resistance leader. Let's keep an eye on him. His spy is the key to our victory, and he knows it. Get inside the Empire's base and deactivate those blast shields. We'll be waiting for your signal.
And they gave me a new pair of pants, but they're not as good as what I'm wearing already. Okay. Let me check something. No. But,
There.
see
Good
here?
as new.
So, in my crafting discussion a few minutes ago, I talked about deconstructing. So, you can go and deconstruct things like this. Oh, you do not have the appropriate crew skill. Okay. You have to be a higher level in order to deconstruct that. That's alright. We'll get to it. It was a nice try, Jeff. You didn't make it. Where am I? Oh, I went in the wrong way, of course. I don't need to be in here. Pay attention to where you're going. Oh good, I get to go back in this area again.
You're fine.
See, I think she says, oh, you're fine even if you're dying on the vine. Just the way it is. Okay. I thought I killed you already. I get to do it again? Come on. Am I supposed to be... What am I supposed to be doing or looking for? I need signal core. Where is that? I thought it was out here. It's got to be around here somewhere. Is it up on top? Oh, man. So, how do I get up there? Do I have to circle all the way around? I don't know. Let's see. It looks like... No, it doesn't look like I can do any of that. Oh, the lift. Crap. Alright, I didn't have to come back here. I should have taken the lift down here in order to get up there. Yeah, that's... I hate this area. But it's something you gotta do. Don't have the choice. Must do it. Where's the lift? Is that the one that's on this side over here? Nope. Must be over here. Is there a lift? Hey guys, got a lift? There it is. Can I make it on this lift? Yes. Oh, wrong one. Ah! I gotta wait for it to come down first. There. Now I can go up. While I am here, I'm going to repair.
Report your ailments.
And sell my junk. And that's a crafting material. That I can't use. That I can't use. And those I can't use. So get rid of all that stuff. Can't use that either. Well, I could, but I don't need it any longer. So we're going to get rid of those.
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Is this the guy I need to talk to in here somewhere? Apparently not. West Dirge. No. So where is this dude? He's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, use the... Oi. Alright.
Bad news, my friend. The Empire just landed heavy war droids in the region. Hunter-killers. The droids are patrolling the territory between you and the objective. If they detect you heading for that Imperial base, they'll raise an alert.
Drop a few stormtroopers.
We can't risk the base's blast shields closing before you get there. You'll have to disable those war droids quickly.
If I destroy the war droids, the enemy will know I'm coming.
They'll just assume it's an attack on the war droids. By the time they realize your true objective, it'll be too late. I'm sending the latest reconnaissance data on the war droids' positions. Eliminate them and continue on to the Imperial base.
Never a dull moment. We should visit war zones more often.
There, you have the data.
All right,
Be
Kira,
careful.
we'll do that.
Over and out.
Gotta kill 3 droids. And I might as well not walk there. I'm almost level 33, which is kind of cool. So we'll just keep puttering along. Did I go the wrong way? Hey, level 33. Gotta love it when you level from running around. Level by running aimlessly. Kind of like management by wandering aimlessly. Same thing.
There, good as new. Watch your step. That's a long drop down.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Brains.
Railings don't work all the time, but... So this is a major pain in the butt because you've got these droids wandering around, and then you've got the mobs that are off on the side. You have to time your attacks with when the droids are moving back and forth. Otherwise, you end up with everything on top of you at the same time. That's not good. Alright, that droid is still off on the end, so we're going to take this guy on, get rid of him. Okay, one droid left, or one droid down. Okay, that one is still wandering down there. Oh, now he's coming back. So I can take him out. Camp out and wait here. Might take him a minute. He will come all the way back up the stairs. I just don't want him to start picking up the guys down below. Now, when I finish the quest line here, all of those droids and characters that I just killed, they will have rezzed. They don't stay dead, because this is an open area. That's kind of aggravating, but just more XP, right? I miss having the Force type abilities that you can knock your guy off of the edge. Those are always kind of fun. It's like, whoop, and they go flying off the edge and kill themselves. Usually... I've been in some cases where I've knocked droids off the edge and it turned out to be not so good because the droids ended up not dying and they came back up and haunted me. Like, what? So potentially if I had the ability... Yeah, see, the gold you can't do it with anyway. But if it was a lower level, I could like knock his butt right off of the edge of there and he'd die. Yay, he died. I need one more battle droid. And there aren't... I think there's one like down here. Is there a battle droid hanging out there? Nope. Alright. Oh, there's one over there. So I gotta make my way through all of these folks. Oh, there's one. I was right. There's one over in the canyon. Yep. I still gotta go through all the other ones regardless. All right, I got the droids down. Now I need to get down below, which means I got to go through all of these guys.
Good as new.
I'm going to jump in here, and I'm in a storyline. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. Thanks, guys. Hang in there. Alright, we are back. Or I am back. Anyone else out there? Hello, hello, hello. Echo, echo, echo.
Good as new.
Is that anything there I can give to Kira to make her love me more? Nope, apparently not. Got color crystals and everything else, but nothing terrific. Okay, can't go that way. I can go around this way and kill people. So the bonus objective is to kill 27 of these folks. So we will tackle that. Clear out everything. Cyclone Slash is fun. It's like, whoop. I keep expecting to see the bodies like split in two and fall off on either side. Probably can't do that. There are countries that don't like to see bodies displayed like that. I remember that, I don't remember which country, so I'm not going to say, but there was an issue with World of Warcraft and the undead in the game. They didn't like the fact that there were a lot of bones and stuff being shown in the undead characters. So while that was like perfectly acceptable and cool from the United States standpoint, it wasn't from whichever country it was that had a problem with it. So in that particular country, they had to change what they had to change not only the style of what the characters looked like, they also had to do something similar for the deceased bodies that are lying around, because you couldn't actually have a live body or dead body laying on the ground somewhere. So they had to show something else, like a headstone or whatever the case was. Couldn't show the bones. Do these guys have anything to blow up over there, or do I just have to... I guess I just have to slash through them. Alright. Slash it is. I didn't see the one on the right. He was sneaky. Doesn't take long to kill him with two of us beating on him. Thank you, Kara. These guys have shields. This ought to be interesting. Oh, and there's a rover. I see this guy over here. I think I'll take him out first, because he might actually loop around, and that would be very unfortunate. Yeah, see, he's coming around the front. I'll just wait for him to come back here. Oh, there he goes. Oh, I got everybody. Ah! Exactly what I wanted to avoid, but that's okay. Should be able to do this. As long as Kira stays alive. And I don't stand in shit. Stop standing in the fire, idiot! That was a good group. Fun group to wipe out. Got some more down here. These guys should not res by the time that I finish with the objective, which is all the way back. So I have to get my... Oh, they ended up with the fourth guy. That's... That's not fair. Not only that, but you can't get away from the guy. If you're his target, he's gonna get you, regardless. Are there any others down here? Just for ducks. None there. No one there. Now we get to go all the way back. Jump on my rocket boots. Rocket man! Oh no, see, these guys are rezzing. That isn't fair. Maybe I had to kill the other...
You're fine.
I need 5 more of these dudes. I like that crisscross. You're gonna get wiped out by 3 different guys at the same time. As long as they don't set me on fire like that. I'm missing one. You gotta be kidding. Where's the one? Alright. I gotta go find one. I need to kill one more of these guys. 26 out of 27. So, where was he? Oh, I didn't go this way, did I? Well, it can't. The door's locked. Oh, I wonder if it's behind the locked door. So some of these quests, if you finish the main objective, you end up losing the bonus objective. And that's not... I don't want that to happen, but I don't think we can go any further. Open the... Oh. Blast door is kind of like... stuck. Yeah, okay, so the objective is still there. I still need to kill these guys. Let's see if we can find any. I need 1, but I'm going to get 4. All the blast shield doors are now open, or I got one more? Looks like I have one more. did this area. Killed all those guys. That's the third one.
Warren, I've disabled the base's blast shields. It's wide open for you.
We're almost there, but Colonel Finley detects a reactor surge coming from the base. Looks like the base commander initiated a self-destruct sequence. You don't have much time to stop it. Shut down all the security consoles in there as fast as you can. Hurry!
I still have one more person to take out. Okay, we'll go this way. Hopefully there'll be one more that shows up so I can finish the objective. Oh, they're right in there. Plenty. Yep, completed the quest, or completed the objective. Yay. So this dude is the last one I need to take out. Tactical Command Officer. Don't stand in the shit. There we go. Still a lot of shit. Come on. I guess I'm gonna have to stand in the shit. Alright. More? Didn't kill you fast enough? Finally. I got something that's an objective. What was it? Oh, here, Kira. Make you love me some more.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And there was a console. Oh, that's right. Self-destruct. Minor details. Place is still going to blow up.
Self-destruct aborted. The base is ours, Warren. Send in the troops.
Do I have any more folks? Yeah, I do. A couple more guys over here. Might as well take them out too.
You'll live.
Isn't teamwork grand?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much. And now my ass is on fire. Singe. More of these guys? Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't have been worried about completing that other objective, right? There's that teamwork again, Kira. Good job. And this guy's coming back. Let's go beat on his head. Junk, 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 junk. Oh, nope, not junk.
Doc, what are you doing here?
I'm busting you out, sweetheart. Where else would I be?
Why didn't you mention knowing her back at the briefing?
Don't be jealous, beautiful. We're just old friends.
We thought we'd lost you, Metal.
She's healthy as ever. Life signs green across the board.
She walks a little like I do. Good, I have some questions. She was alone here? That's highly... Oh.
That's a relief. Maddle, what have you learned about the Empire's cloaking device?
Imperial scientists left Balmora with the prototype when the Republic invaded. It's long gone.
Maddle, I sense great conflict within you. I know you're lying. What are you afraid of?
Wait just a minute. She's one of us.
Warren wouldn't accuse her of lying unless he was certain.
The truth will come out. Wouldn't you rather be the one who reveals it?
When Nicolin hears the truth, he'll want to kill me. Promise you'll stop him.
No one will hurt you. Tell us everything.
Take it easy. Whatever this is, we'll work it out.
The Empire offered me a deal. Cooperate or die slowly. I told them everything about the Resistance. Names, locations, plans.
I knew it. The Empire has been slaughtering our people using your information!
Give them something they can use. Tell them about the cloaking device.
The Empire is studying it at the Balmoran Arms Factory. It's there, I promise.
Why did you lie before? Why not tell us where to go?
I was afraid if you went there, you'd find out what I'd done.
You know the price of betrayal.
Wait, she has enemy intelligence. She could be an asset.
Colonel Finley needs information on the Empire. You work for him now.
I'm sorry, Nicholas. I had no choice.
Maddle was ours to punish. The Resistance will not forget this insult.
Oh my.
Neither will I. Thanks for saving her. I owe you.
The Balmoran Arms Factory is the Empire's biggest stronghold. Assaulting this base was one thing, but taking on that fortress...
I know that place inside out. Need a shortcut through that Rancor's den? Well, I'm your man.
What would a medic know about a weapons factory?
Ran a hospital there when it was Resistance territory. I still know people inside.
His knowledge and expertise will come in handy. Take him with you.
Hey, if the Imperials attack with grenades, you can throw Doc on them.
Colonel Finley and I will coordinate a full offensive against the Empire. We'll clear you a path to the Balmoran Arms Factory.
You think Kira's a little...
The rest is up to you. Get that cloaking device prototype at all costs. May
She
the
doesn't
Force
really...
be with us.
Kira really doesn't care for Doc at all, which is clear. But now I gotta run around with Doc, I think. Yeah, Kira's disappeared. And, yeah, Doc. Alright. A level 78 Battler's Jacket. Let's do that. And see. It's an upgrade.
Don't make me fight alone.
Different colors. Whatever. And let's see. I got some crafting materials, but... Oh, it was 1,400 credits. Well, I'll take that. I'm almost at 100,000 credits. That's cool. We can do some more crafting later. One of my characters that I started as a healer a long time ago, I didn't really know how expensive crafting would be, and I spent a fortune getting her crafting up and running so that I could provide different items for the team that I was running with. And that was a mistake. There were several times where I couldn't take flights. I had to walk forever in order to get from one place to another because I chose to do crafting instead of saving my credits and didn't have enough credits to be able to fly. So it's something you need to pay attention to when you are beginning your crafting. Some of the upper level recipes can be extremely expensive to have to either purchase all of the materials, because you can't get all the materials from your different scavenging and stuff like that. Some of them you actually have to go and spend money to purchase items from vendors and stuff, and those are the things that can really get you. They're expensive. I gotta go up the ramp and out of here. I think I need to... Oh, what was that? Anything interesting? No influence gain. Alright, fine. Can I get up there from here? Yes. No, I didn't. No, I didn't bypass anybody. That's fine. I'm actually headed the wrong way. I need to... Oh, that's right. I need to go down and across and up the back way. I don't need to kill that guy. Where am I going? Oh, where? All right. I'm lost. This is typical. Still got to go all the way up. How rude. He didn't let me get my Zen up. I'll just have to fight you without any Zen, dude. As long as you heal me, Doc, I don't care how you fight. Get to beat on this gold star again. You're a shining star, no matter who you are. I guess he just shot me in the belly with a gun. It didn't affect me. Life is good when you are a Jedi. It is good to be Jedi. That last couple of beats, wow, that guy wasn't going to go down. Oh, I think I need to go out the back door. So around these guys. Up this way. See if I can avoid them. Nope. Cannot. It was probably Doc that, like, got them all. Kind of like you're having a hunter pet in World of Warcraft where it's like the companion drags everybody out. It's like, God dang it, dude, why did you just do that? He is doing a good job of healing me, though, so I'm not going to complain too much. I go up, and I'm going to have to get this droid. And then I can turn to the right and get a few of those guys over on the right side. And get out of here. I got someone behind me too, huh? Doctor's taking care of him. That's good. So I can sell my junk and repair right here. It's kind of interesting that you've got a Republic repair droid pretty much standing right under their nose. And it's like, okay, whatever.
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Okay, hot tip. Oh, not that. So I have a personal armory locker, which is absolutely useless, but you could give it to your companion in order to boost their reputation. The problem is that the current companion I have, which is Doc, doesn't like personal armory lockers. Other tunes, other companions that I have may actually like them. So don't sell these. Keep them in your inventory, in your bank, or whatever the case is. And when you get a new companion that may actually like armory lockers, then you can use that in order to boost your companion. That was a tip that I didn't understand when I first started playing. And I got rid of everything because, hey, bag space is always a premium, right? And that was not the right thing to do. And I learned that later on because it's like, I've got all these companions that I collected over the course of the storyline, and I never got the stuff that I needed in order to actually make them level them up higher. And so I had to grind it out using professions and stuff like that, and that got really expensive. All right. I already did that. Do we need to go? No. Oh, where do I go next? I gotta go up there. So the question is there a way to get up there?
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
I don't know. Let me try that again. All right, so this is the Upper Sundari outpost. Then there's, I don't have access to the Upper Sundari, do I? Yeah, I do. Okay, we'll go there. It'll get me marginally closer. And while I'm coming in to park here, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back in a flash. Thanks. I had someone ask me one time, why is it that I don't play more modern games? I mean, all of these games that I play are old. They're at least 10 years old. And I do have a good answer for that. It actually goes back to my own personality.
Report your ailments.
Yeah, I don't have anything that I want to trade. I thought I had something
You are
left.
fit for duty. Return to your post.
I enjoy playing games that I can master. Or I can at least pretend to master. Because I'm a pretender. I'm not an expert in any of this stuff. But honestly, playing a game, new games is, I find that if they are technically too challenging, because I'm an older person, they require more dexterity, or you have to memorize a bunch of keystrokes in order to remember, okay, in order to open this bag, you have to hit this key. In order to do this, you have to do that. In order to pick things up, you hit this other key, blah, 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 on and on and on. That doesn't appeal to me. I much rather be able, as an older gamer, be able to get the technical stuff out of the way and be able to go and play and enjoy the artwork, the storylines, and the actual roles of the characters in the games. That's why I like multiplayer games like Star Wars, World of Warcraft, and Final Fantasy. They're all slightly different. They don't do things exactly the same, and that's okay. But all of them pretty much have a similar style between them. And as a result, I've been able to learn how to play each of the games. There's crafting in each of the games. There is a dress-up doll transmogrification, for lack of better terms. Are the different levelings. There's all these different similar but not exactly the same type of character design and roles that they can play and classes that they can play. That's interesting to me. My thing has never been to go and actually try to be the best in the game. I don't have any fault with that at all. I love watching the world first runs to master a brand new dungeon or a brand new raid or whatever the case is, because I give full kudos to those guys. They spend so much time learning the mechanics and learning all of the stuff and getting geared up and doing all of that. And there is a definite joy and admiration that I have in watching them. For me, being able to do that, it's just not possible anymore. I'm 63. I mean, honestly, it's like I've got other things that are on my mind on a daily basis, and I have grown-up kids, I have a wife, I have a house, I have 2 cats, I have a mortgage, I got car payments. All of those things are on my mind, and I cannot devote the amount of time, energy, and brain power that it takes in order to be able to play a game that way. I had a very kind person watching me play my druid on World of Warcraft one day, and he just flat out asked, he says, why don't you keybind? Well, first of all, I have to figure out how to do the keybind, and I'm sure it's not that difficult. But that's just one more thing that I have to pack into my brain. And that's not necessarily something that I want to take up brain power with. The other thing is, I'm not going to be, at any particular point, a master at doing PvP, or actually may never even actually do raiding for that matter. And as a result, I may just, oh, did I level? I leveled 34. What do you know? I may just be happy with doing the click approach, which is, you know, it's quick, it's dirty, it gets the job done. It's not the fastest, it's not the most efficient, and it's definitely not the best way of doing things. I don't need to be the fastest, the most efficient, and the best way of doing things when I'm doing these types of games. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my soapbox rant for the day. And people need to understand that one of the joys of these games is being able to play them the way that you want to play them. And there's something I can... Got rid of 2 guys. Cool. Am I doing something in here? No, not really, huh? Just picking up stuff. I'm just traveling through. So what I tell people is, you know, I had someone ask me a while back, it's like, is it worth playing the game? And it's like, well, do you enjoy Star Wars? Yeah, okay. Do you like multiplayer games like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, etc.? And it's like, yeah, okay. Then if you do enjoy those types of things, then it just may be that you might enjoy playing the game or picking it up and trying it. And I really need to find out if the person that I was speaking with that day ended up picking the game up and enjoying it, because they really did like the storylines and just how involved they were. And I think that's cool. They may pick it up for a different reason than I pick it up, and I'm okay with that. Let's see what this guy... He's got to be full of credits, so we'll take him out. Then I'm going to go over... got a couple archaeology items here. See, I mentioned at the beginning of the cast when I was doing my crafting that the archaeology is something that you can pick up in the field. That's the only one that only one of my my items or my crafting that I can pick up in the field. The rest of the stuff is all you need to do it yourself. Oop, wrong door. I love it when they have doors next to doors. It's like, no, you go this way, not the other way. Okay, fine. Here I am in the factory. Let's go beat on some guards. So the difference that between Doc and Kira at this point is Kira had a way to freeze an enemy, so she could actually go and prevent an enemy from... in the case there, we had 4 different enemies beating on us. She could actually freeze one of the enemies, and then you only had 3 to take out. And she would freeze one enemy and go beat on one of the other 3, so you're only dealing with 2, and that's not too bad. Doc does not have that ability, so you are not able to have anything frozen, which means that you always have 4 characters beating on you at the same time. So what that translates to is he's got to do more healing. Still don't have anything to give him, unfortunately. No. W? No. There we go. I wanted to see what... oh, he isn't technically one of my characters yet. That's right. I can't send him to do anything. So is there another... No, just go to the Imperial Factory. Okay. I think the sharpshooter... Oh, it's a lore object. I almost walked right by it. This is something that I picked up from my friend Pete. Do the codex entries, because you can see what's going on or what the lore is for this particular game. So we just picked up the arms factory. Built shortly before the Imperial invasion by the prestigious Balmoran Arms Corporation, the Balmoran Arms Factory is unrivaled in its weapon production and research capabilities. It was designed to construct military equipment ranging from personal arms and armor to droids and heavy vehicles, all with top-notch quality and efficiency. Due to its tremendous manufacturing capacity, the fortress-like factory was one of the last holdouts of the resistance during the Imperial invasion, providing an almost inexhaustible supply of weapons and supplies to the besieged Balmoran people. Once the Empire finally gained control of the factory, however, the Imperial military wasted no time in putting the factory to its own use. So they've taken over the factory, which we knew already, because obviously they've invaded it. Oh, what's going on? I don't want to... There. I was thinking, why is my character not moving? Oh, this guy I want to catch. This guy's not going down very quickly. But he's going down. A new pair of pants. 74 is still lower than what I have. I wasn't paying attention. I should have gone back to the center. Looking at the game, it's like, okay, I registered that there was a bunch of enemy on the right-hand side, and then it's like, oh, do I need to move over? No, brain did not register that. That's an example. Oh, and then we got the other group. Hey, Doc, how you doing over there? Anything open? No. I guess I just have to slash my way through these guys. Una mas.
You need a medic.
Who does? You don't. I don't have any bonus objectives, so I don't really want to go and spend the time trying to kill all these dudes. Alright, I don't know whether I can get up the stairs without pulling them. Oh, I am able to, but is Doc able to? Yes, okay. And here I am up on the top level. Almost got through them all. Late reaction. Allah. Cutscene.
The turbo lift's locked down, but don't worry. Slicing Imperial security codes is a hobby of mine. Give me 2 secs. Uh-oh. Someone's coming down the turbo lift. Get behind me, beautiful. I'll protect you.
Yeah. Sure, whatever.
Doc, I thought the imps had killed you.
You too, Remy? How you making out, old fella?
Same as always. Pretend to cooperate with the Imperials and stab them in the back every chance I get.
We're here to defeat the Empire. Can you get us into the upper levels?
Sure. The imps put me on waste management. Gave me a data card to get in there. It's all yours. Thing is, there's guards every 2 meters in there.
That's why I travel with a Jedi, Remy.
Aren't you afraid the Imperials will blame you for this?
I have no plans to find out. Not after you opened me a nice, sweet path to freedom. Good luck.
Hello, are you there? It's Colonel Finley. We have a new problem. The Resistance has learned of Imperial research into weapons that use cloaking device technology. If the enemy can hide their missiles and bombs from detection, imagine the carnage.
The Empire would rip us apart.
You must recover all the Empire's research data on this project and deliver it to us.
There's bound to be a computer hub up there somewhere.
This may be our only opportunity. Do everything you can. Finley out.
Thank you, Finley. But now I have an objective to destroy prototype weapons, 10 of them. Now there's one there, there's 2. Okay, I see where these things are. So that also means I'll have to, like, take out all these guys. Good XP. So all the weapon caches should look like that as we go through. Oh, what am I doing here? There's something. Am I supposed to do something? Or is it down below? I don't... it must be down below because it's not up here. Alright. I'm going to get the weapon caches while we're up here, kill a bunch of dudes. I love when they just die up in the middle of the air. That's always fun. One of the little oddities of this particular game. Speaking of crafting, we were talking about oddities on my Sunday night stream with the Pixel Erasure team. And one of the things that we were chatting about was the fact that if you are in that game, you have to go and gather your own items. You can't send your companions to go do it. And if you are a miner, for example, you have to go out in the open world and get mats out in the world. And it's like, okay. Unfortunately, when they set up the random algorithm for certain parts of the game, especially, this was especially true in some of the earlier expansions, you ended up having some pretty weird examples where there was a node to mine showing up on your map, and you would get there and it would be a node in the mine, or to mine, stuck in the middle of a tree. And you couldn't do anything about it. It's like you couldn't reach it, you couldn't mine it. It was just there, and it kept showing up every time you're out doing mining and stuff. And it's like, okay, I think I need to, at some point, take care of this, but I don't know. Oh, it's the same one. Oh no, I have to go and I have to forget that I was going to mine and get anything out of this because I've already been there several times and it's a dead spot for mining. And yeah. So similarly, in this game, you have people that die, and they die in the middle of objects. And it's very difficult to grab stuff off of them after they die, unless you can catch, like, a toe or something like that. Can you get a toe? It says obtain the research data. Where? I'm still thinking it's got to be... Yeah, it's down below. All right. Already discussed that, didn't I? Let's go kill this dude, because he's worth credits. I got something. This is a implant. Cool. And it's an upgrade. Implant. Definitely going to go there. Because it's better than nothing, right? Those are empty. Now it's not. Cool. I need 3 more weapon caches. There wasn't anything there. We've already been that way. This door's still locked, I think. Yep. So that means I need to go downstairs and beat on people. Yep. Oh, there's the data. And then 1, 2, 3. There's another 4 over there. So when that bomb went off, it actually didn't cause issues. It didn't cause them to lose any of their health. It just froze them. And only 2 of the nearest ones. That's interesting. Do I want to kill this other one first? I got 3 more I have to wipe out. Might as well. Thanks, Doc. Need 2 more of those boxes. Need 1 more of those boxes. There it is. Got that bonus objective done.
I found the files.
All that
about
for
the Empire's
57
self-weapon
conquest
research.
points.
Something's wrong. They're starting to erase themselves.
I used turbolift data cards all the time when I was here. They work with computers too. Maybe we can transfer the files onto the data card Remy gave us. Copy them before they get deleted. Worked like a charm. Pretty amazing, huh, gorgeous?
It was fast thinking. Well done.
Fast thinking is my middle name. You suppose the Empire knows we're here?
Well, apparently. Boy, he's ugly. So I guess we go back upstairs to take care of this guy. Why would I do that if I could just, like, leave? Get rid of the commandos. Then we got Twirly Gig behind me. I'm going to start working on him. Okay, Lord. Or Razik. Razzmatazz. This is not like bopping all over the place. Just standing there and I can beat on him. Yay. Are there more dudes out here? Oh, probably. Let's see, what am I supposed to do? Oh, the device, the cloaking device, that's right.
That's far enough. We're almost done here.
Nicolin, what are you doing?
The cloaking device prototype belongs to the people of Balmora, not the Republic. This is our world, our war, and our victory.
The Empire was on the verge of wiping out the Resistance before we got here.
We've spent decades fighting for this planet after the Republic rolled over for the Empire. Now you're back to loot our resources? This prototype may be the most valuable technology on Balmora. You're not taking it.
Aren't the Jedi all about justice? If that's true, let us leave with what's rightfully ours.
The cloaking device isn't the real prize. The Empire's research is what you want. They learned how to cloak missiles and bombs. Isn't that more valuable to Balmora's future security? I'll give you the data in exchange for the prototype.
Interesting offer. One I'm inclined to accept. You have a deal. I'd offer you transportation, but I'm afraid the shuttle only seats 2. Good luck.
Colonel won't be happy, but I'll smooth it over. I'm good with people. One thing's for sure, I'm not working for the Resistance anymore. Got a spare bunk on your ship for a superb combat medic?
My mission is dangerous. Sure you want to get involved?
Danger doesn't scare me. And involved is my middle name.
Well, I thought you were saying, danger's my middle name.
I have the cloaking device prototype.
After the blood that's been spilled today, that's a ray of hope. I'm returning to the Republic base where you first landed. Meet me there.
I go and slice Doc in half. Now I can fast travel. Quick travel. Wouldn't let me do it before. And now I gotta take a taxi
You are cleared for the following
back up here.
transfers.
Interesting waterfall through the canyon.
Report your ailments.
Hmm. Those are clunky. Oh, see, now this is a gift that I should be able... No. My guy still won't take that. He doesn't like it because it's red.
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Yeah, I'm not going to do any heroics today. Speeding Rider. Can I train
let's
anything?
get the job. My
Yes, I
skills
can.
okay.
Yay!
Don't be a stranger.
Now I have faster horse. I just got trained, so I can't do any more training. You can only do so much. They got 4 of them. Hey, train with me. No, train with me. No, train with me. There you go. Hey, Warren. Hey, Colonel.
I got the cloaking device prototype, but I had to trade the Empire's weapon research data for it.
Yes, so the Resistance leaders informed me. I did not authorize your agreement.
The Resistance is afraid we've come to take over their home. Show them we're only here to help, and they may share that data.
I'm a soldier, not a diplomat.
Somehow I expected such an important device to be more impressive. I'll deliver this to Master Braga and the Council on Tython. Master Braga's faith in you is well placed. I'm honored to serve with you.
We can't rest until we bring down the Empire once and for all.
It's good to stop and savor the victories along the way. Don't forget that. You should contact Master Braga when you return to your ship. He's eager to hear from you. Farewell.
So I guess we finished the Balmoran storyline. Alright. So I go back to my ship. I wonder if I'm curious about companion customization vendors.
Look quick if you want.
I wonder if Doc has any. I don't see anything for Doc. T7, Theron. I don't have a Theron yet. All right.
Bring your creds back anytime.
Guess not. Nothing for Doc. Bonk. Oh, wrong way. Wouldn't be the first time. Excuse me while I get on the shuttle. Let's see what they have for me.
Master Braga, the mission to Balmora was a success. We have the cloaking device prototype.
Outstanding. I never doubted you for a moment. How did you find working with my old friend Warren? I've always been impressed by his keen insights.
Warren has a talent for finding the truth.
Those gifts are vital to achieving our ultimate goal. You've brought us a great leap closer to finding the Emperor. But there's a new problem.
Of course.
I lost contact with my Padawan under unusual and dangerous circumstances. You're uniquely qualified to deal with this.
What is it that makes me so special?
Your former student, Kira, has much in common with mine. SWTOR is no ordinary Padawan. He was once a Sith Lord, a member of the Empire's Dark Council. We dueled on Dantooine. Fought for 3 days. I won when I convinced him to abandon the dark side and train as a Jedi.
You turned a Dark Council member to the Jedi? Incredible.
Many who serve the dark side would change if offered the chance. SWTOR has fully embraced the Jedi way. Whatever has happened, it isn't his fault. He was guarding a Republic base on the planet Quesh when the Empire invaded and attacked our territories.
You trusted SWTOR to guard a Republic base in a war zone?
When I sent him, Quesh was peaceful, quiet, a good place for meditation while also serving the Republic. I just spoke with a soldier at SWTOR's base. It's surrounded by Imperial forces and my Padawan refuses to act. Without Jedi help, that base will fall. My Padawan won't answer his holo.
Sounds like he's afraid of something, but what?
Only a strong Jedi can help SWTOR and save the base. I'm transmitting the planet's coordinates now. Master Braga, out.
Go. He needs you. And you need him.
Master? Why would I need SWTOR?
You alright? The holo transmission's over.
It's a Jedi thing. None of your business. This sounds urgent. We should go to Quesh right away.
And I got a... Well, let's see. I don't think these are any better than what I have. I think they're about the same. Oh, then in fact that was an 80. So it is... Oh, accuracy rating is minus 16, so I'm not going to use it. Does it look any cooler? No. It's the same. Okay. We are going to postpone that. I need to go to Quesh, something like that. Kira, what's up?
Need a timeout. Got something on Nar Shaddaa that can't wait. Some old friends are in a tight spot. Promised I'd help. Simple delivery, done in a jiff.
You've never mentioned having friends.
I was popular before I joined the Jedi. Now I'm really popular.
Yeah.
Nar Shaddaa has lots of refugees. And the huts, not known for their charity. People are starving. My friends don't need anything fancy, just med packs and nutrient paste. Stuff I can easily provide.
We'll set course for Nar Shaddaa as soon as possible.
Swell. They're already expecting us. Get me to my friends and I'll handle the rest.
If I don't see you between now and the next time I see you, have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a wonderful evening. Love you all. Thanks for the follows. See you soon. Bye now.